Welcome back to Consumer Lab. Today, we're gonna talk about the Apple Vision Pro. Yes, and yes, we do have it. Yeah. By the way, this is done live. There's no editing done here today. So here it is. This is the Apple Vision Pro. Gotta go this way. Apple Vision Pro. Here's the goggles, right? So we got it. It's by the way, we just gonna let you know we got it. We ain't rushing in and go open it up like it's some type of Christmas toy, right? Right. We had it actually we've been having this for like 3 days. We haven't this is the first time we actually took it out of the package and we brought it up to take a look at it a little closely. You may be saying, why not run? Some people are anxious. They want to run. They want to rip it open. They want to do a boxing open. They want to run. They want to drive their car with the goggles on. They want to get on the subway station. And I mean, all that's cute, but that's not what most people want to do with it, right? Most people want to know, should I spend over $3,500 to even buy it, right? I mean, that's cute, it's fun and all that. But at the end of the day, are you really helping the consumer? Because nobody's going to sit there and skydive out of an airplane with a pair of goggles on. I would hope not, right? I mean, that's just being irresponsible, right? You should not, first of all, you should definitely not be driving with with no glasses on. I mean, no goggles on. It makes no sense, right? First of all, they are VR headset, meaning that they need cameras to see the real world, or what they call pass through, right? Like real cameras, right? So you're not looking at the world directly, you're looking at the world indirectly. This is HoloLens. This is by the way, this is $3,500 as well. So I'm not really impressed with the price. I mean, we've done it before already, so it's not nothing new to spend that money for that. But this is the HoloLens. This here is true. This is true AR because you literally see the world straight through. There's no cameras between me and the world, right? So that's why I say these are true AR. Whereas the MetaQuest 3, something like this, is basically pass through, right? They require cameras in order for you to see the real world. So there's a difference there, right? Um, and like I said before, there's a big difference there. But as far as the technology is concerned, Apple basically outshining everybody. There's no if ands about it. They got the cameras. I mean, let's just be honest when honesty need to be said. They definitely outshining all of them. Vibe, MetaQuest, even Microsoft, which is by the way is a $3 trillion company. Check the stocks. Yeah, $3 trillion company. So think about it. They outshining them. So with that being said, what we gonna do? That's the question, right? Like we said, we're not gonna sit here and do an unboxing. You can see thousand people unboxing it. You can see thousand people jumping out of cars, driving cars with the goggles on. You see people being stupid in the street, walking around in the street with the goggles on, crossing the street, and it's basically being irresponsible, right? Because that's not what you want to tell your viewers, right? You don't want to tell the viewers go outside and wear them. And if you want to know why, and this is why this let's just be honest, right? This is the reason why you can't do it, right? Because this is something that they just want to get clicks for, but they're not explaining to you what the dangers are of having. And being at UC, we have many type of goggles. We've been doing this for a long time. We have since day one, we have goggles, right? And we understand technology because here at Consumer Lab, we build technology. We deal with LiDARs, we deal with cameras, we deal with face recognition. We deal with that stuff. So it's not nothing new to us, right? So I guess maybe that's why I'm not overly excited about it because it's like, okay, let's just see what you can do. But let me just explain something real quick. When you have headsets like this, and like the Apple's map as well, and you're using cameras have limitation, right? Cameras are not as as how should I say as effective as your own eyes, right? Your eyes are way better than a camera. The resolution is always going to be better. The response time is going to be better, right? And the distance is going to be better. And what do I mean by that? If you want people that you've seen the videos, I'm pretty sure you have, running outside with the goggles on and they driving a car. They driving a Tesla car. And the stupidness of that is very simple. You only can see but so far. Whereas with your normal vision, you can see as far as your eye can go, as you can see, I'm sorry, right? You can't do that with that. You're limited, right? And also, when it gets dark, we have something, right, in the eyes, sensors that can actually see better in low light conditions. These are limited. Goggles like this with the camera, same thing like Apple Pro Vision Pro rather, same situation. You're limited. You're very limited when you're wearing these. Another thing is that the view of what you can see, the perspective, how much you can see around you is also limited, right? Is also limited. So why would you want to run across the street, run down the block? I mean, drive your car, jump out of an airplane, and with Apple Vision Pro. It just doesn't make sense. It's very irresponsible of a lot of YouTubers showing that stuff. They should at least put a disclaimer, but like, don't do it. But they just they're having fun and laughing about it. You get what I'm saying? It's very irresponsible to do that, especially when I see people driving their car with the goggles on. Now, if I didn't have it, people are like, oh, I'm hating. Well, I'm not hating because I have it. So there's nothing to hate about, but just to tell the truth. And since, like I said, we here at Consumer Lab, we build products, we make products, we deal with all the technology all the time. We understand there are limitations, but a lot of people don't understand the limitations of it. So we have to be careful when we are presenting these videos. With that being said, listen, what are we going to do with the Apple Vision Pro? Well, since we are a company, what we're going to do is we're going to see the limitations of it and we're going to build and I should say program, make programs basically, right? We're gonna program it. We're gonna start getting into programming, seeing what we can do. First, we gotta test out the hardware, see the limitation of the hardware, because every electronic product, I don't care who you are, I don't care Apple, Microsoft, doesn't matter. Every company knows that there's a hardware limitations on the product, and that's understandable because technology always advanced. Nothing like is bad about it, just in advance. I will say the technology in Apple Pro Vision, Vision Pro, sorry, is definitely better than all of these headsets. There's no if, ands, about it. I don't care if you're talking about MetaQuest, I'm talking about Microsoft. It's just better than all of them technology. Vibe, all of them, Sony, it doesn't matter. The technology is definitely better. There's no if, ands about that, right? And I'm pretty sure everybody would agree with that. The question is, what could you do with it? It's 3,500. And by the way, 3,500 is 256 gig, right? They got 256 gig, which is base model. That's what I got here. And they got the 512 and they got the 1 terabyte. I did not, listen, let me tell you something. I did not buy the 1 terabyte or the 512 gig. Why? Because it made no sense, right? Why I said? Because the headsets are built basically with their own, with its own iOS, right? At we call Vision iOS. The problem is with that is that I cannot get any application, any type of Windows application to download to the headset. And if I can't do that, why do I need all that extra space for? Just for pictures? I got tablets for that. I got laptops for that. I got cameras for that. I'm not gonna sit there and walk around the house and in the street taking pictures or videos, right? Because I don't see the point of that, right? So it's already got a limitation, at least right now. Now Apple could always you know, open up the headset to use Mac OS applications or even Windows applications where I can download a full. Now, people say, "Oh, you can't download that." Let me tell you something. When I say use Windows applications, I'm talking about all Windows applications. I ain't talking about the ones that go in Vision, iOS, App Store. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real full live programs, not apps, right? Right now, as it stands, you can't do that. What happens in the future, things might change. It might change. They might change it up. I'm not saying it won't change, but for now, that's where we at. Okay. So with that being said, I felt it wasn't necessary to buy more than 256 gigabytes at this time. Now, moving forward, the way I see I can use this headset is going to be, like I said, mostly it's going to be about programming it, making apps, you know, doing things of that nature. Also, with that being said, we also want to see what else we could do it. It could be other things we could do with the headset, and that's fine. As far as work is concerned, the ideal right now, this is being recorded on my Mac Pro 16, and it's going to be great to be able to open up this and look at a couple of windows near me and keep doing different works and stuff like that. I mean, we're going to explore, and we definitely going to let you guys know how it's going throughout the process. We're not going to isolate you, but what we're not going to do is we're not going to take the headset, drop it on the floor. And I'm pretty sure you've seen the videos where guys are taking the headset, they taking it 4 feet, 5 feet, and they dropping it, they letting it crack glass. And then some guys are hitting it with a hammer. And then some people, oh my God, some people are sitting there taking it apart, ripping it apart. I mean, they got money like that. They got money to just blow up and explore. But they doing people a disservice. You get what I'm saying? Like this product could be helpful. Can you do something that's worthwhile before you just having a great time? I mean, it's like you bragging that look what I can do with this head. I can take this, I can rip it apart. It's 4,000, 5,000. Who cares? Ha, I got money. Like what? What are we doing here? You just want clicks at that point in time. Yes, it's real. Listen, don't get me wrong. It's appreciated, and I'm glad they did it because I wasn't going to do it. I was going to drop this and see how much it take to break the glass. I was going to do that. Why would I do that? That make no sense, right? But I'm glad they did it. Hey, I did say in my past videos, yo, let them do the craziness, and they did the craziness, so I was okay with that. Unless at least I ain't gotta try to figure that part out. But I can't say watching all those videos, you can check them out as well. Watching them videos and seeing them dropping and all that, it turns out, believe it or not, you won't believe this. The glass is actually pretty strong. It's pretty sturdy. It's really strong. It's not as scratch resistant as it should be, right? But it's pretty strong, which is a plus. Plus to me, right? The build quality is great. So that's another plus. The only thing left in front of my vision is last thing I'm gonna say is finding out what else you can do other than me programming, other than us consumer lab here, we programming it and making new apps and games and stuff like that. We want to find out what else can we do with this product. And I think that's gonna be more important to you over the time rather than me just, you know, driving in a car with the goggles on, sitting on the train, subway. I mean, we not gonna do all that craziness, that stupidity, and you can see that on other channels. I think what we need to find out is what can you do with it. I think that's more important than anything else. Apple has presented us, well, they presented it, but we paid for it with this headsets, and it's got a lot of technology, and we just want to see what we can do with. Same thing when we had the HoloLens when it first came out. We bought this, we purchased with our own money, and we watched and see if we could do it. And we wound up doing a lot of stuff with this. We use this, for example, when we built 3D products, right? We got, as you probably seen before, we've done a lot of videos before on 3D printers. When we built 3D products, we use this because we take the 3D products and we use a HoloLens so we could walk around it, see what it looked like from different angles. It's much more different experience than sitting on a laptop and watching it compared to literally seeing it in real world in front of me. It's wholly different experience. Um, I will say, last thing I'm gonna say is don't sell yourself short. This headset, yes, it's very expensive, but it's like any other tool, right? It's like a tool. It's an expensive tool, but if it serves a purpose, then it's worth the money. I said it again, if it serves a purpose, it's worth the money. Just like your laptop. People now, I mean, if you have an Apple laptop, first of all, M1, M2, any other M chips, right? You already spent $2,000 plus for that laptop. The question is, was it worth the money? Why did you spend the money? Because you knew that you could do something with. You knew it was a tool that was what useful. You knew it was a tool that it was worth spending $2,000 plus for it. You knew it. That's why you did it. Same thing if you're an electrician or you fix cars. You went out, you spent 5,000, I mean sorry, $500 plus on a whole tool set. Sometimes those tool sets cost more than that. Why you spend it? Because you knew what? It's a tool and it's going to be what? You're going to use it. It have a purpose in your life, right? You go out, you spend $80,000 on a car. Why did you spend $80,000 on that car? You didn't need that. You could got yourself a Hyundai for that, but you spent it. Why? Because you felt like it was something that was useful to you. Maybe it's for the comfort, maybe for the speed, maybe it's for the power, right? There was a reason why you bought that Mercedes car. The reason why you bought that Ferrari. Why? Because you found out there was a purpose. Think about it. Why do some people spend $1,200 for a phone? Now these days, most phones, the lowest price phone you can get is about 800. I'm talking about a quality phone, 800. But by the time, even if you get a plan, you're spending what? 1,500. So the last thing I'm going to say before I leave is that yes, let's talk about this price real quick. How can you pay for this, right? So that's a good question. Everybody's talking about jumping out of planes with it, driving cars with it, breaking in, and all this other craziness. The question becomes, if you wanted to buy this, if after you watch not just our channel, but you watch other channels, and you made a decision, you know what? That seemed like something I might want to do. After you start to see more applications come out, you start to see things being done with it. How can I afford that? Well, you can afford because let me tell you how. That's it. That's the good thing about this channel. We don't just talk about problems. We talk about what? Solving problems. All right, so this is how you go. This way you can do it. Nothing's free in life, right? So I'm not here to give you no free way of buying it. It's just that ain't gonna happen, right? But here's what you can do. So Apple, as you probably know, and just in case you didn't know, Apple, if you buy Apple product, right, from Apple Store, you get 0% interest for 1 year. So you ain't got to pay no interest. If you get the 256 gigabyte, it come out to about 290 something or maybe 300, something like about $300 a month. Um, I had to also get the lens with it. I had to buy the lens, of course, because I wear glasses. The lens costs about 150. So you figure you're tipping into a tax and everything. You're tipping into about $4,000. So what happened is you get a monthly plan. There's no interest at all. You're paying just the monthly payments you're making is just towards the total cost of the product, which is great. So you're not getting charged interest. So bottom line, don't use no credit card. You don't need to use credit card. Just use Apple Store to buy the product, and you pay no, you're interest free. There is no shipping cost. Everything's free shipping. So you're paying strictly just for the product. That's a good thing. Another thing you can do if you for some reason you don't want to use Apple, fine. They have a lot of zero interest free credit cards for 1 year. That's another way of going about this, right? They have these some credit cards. They give I do want to say something before I move forward. Apple give you kickback earnings, I think 3% credit. So if you use Apple Card, you're getting back some money. And I came out to about 100 something dollars, something like that. I didn't do the calculations, but it's about something like that. So you're getting some of that money back. So you're spending 335, or let's say about 4 grand, but you're getting back about 100 something dollars out of that. And they give you no interest and you paid off for the year. You got a year to pay it off. So about $300 a month. After that, it's yours to keep. You gotta worry about it. People might say, oh man, that's a lot of money. But keep in mind, that's 300 for how long? For 12 years? No. For 10 years? 5 years? 3 years? No. It's 12. It's what? It's $300 for 1 year, right? And keep this in mind. And 12 months, how many checks you get? There's 2 months in that, and then 12 months where you get paid 3 times in that month, right? Let's say that again. In that 12-month period, don't forget, you get paid. There's a 12 in that 12-month period, sorry, you get paid 3 times twice. That means in March. This being recorded in February of 2024, of 11, 2024. That would mean that in next month, March, you're getting 3 paychecks. So you can use some of that money to help offset your cost for your headset, right? So the point I'm getting at is that there are ways to buy or purchase it. You can do some overtime at work. You could do, I mean, there's many ways. You could do some overtime. You can just sell some stuff. You could eBay some of the stuff to offset the cost. What I'm saying, all I'm saying is that if you find that this product from Apple Vision Pro, from Apple, could be viable to you after watching other YouTube videos, after watching our channel here at Consumer Lab, by the way, subscribe. You may say to yourself, let me try it. Let me see what's going on. And by the way, you still can return it. You can return it. Nothing says you can't return it. If it ain't suit you, it ain't to your liking, you can return it, as long as it's not damaged, of course, right? But you can return it. Listen, it's not me. And return the product. All right, that's all I'm going to say. This is Consumer Lab. Listen, we're going to be back with the Apple Vision Pro. We're going to come back with it. We're going to do some things with it, but we're not going to, like I said, we're not going to be skydiving out no airplane with it. We're going to try to find what you could really do with this product, right? Yes, we did say we program it, but we're going to find other applications that we can do. I think that's more beneficial to you rather than us just sitting here doing silliness, right? And just for TikTok and clickbait, right? We don't need all that. All right, that's it. This is Consumer Lab. Please subscribe. We'll be back. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We always talking about various products. You see us. We got headsets. We got 3D printers. We also talk about regular consumer products like cleaning products. We test those out, see if they could be hazardous to lungs. We're going to be doing a special video about that, about different products that you use in your house that could be very extremely hazardous to your breathing and could cause you a lot of problems, even possibly cancer. So stick around for that. This is Consumer Lab. You know what? We'll talk.